Hi everybody, welcome back to Animal Crossing Every Day. Apparently it's the 3rd of August. I didn't realize that. This is news to me. Is the 3rd of August was what it says. So we're gonna play Animal Crossing. I know that that's a bit of a surprise for everybody, but we're going to play Animal Crossing. Some of you wanted to hear my recipe for pumpkin soup. You're gonna have to wait. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll do it today. Before I get too far into it, let me explain something. I tried to check to get a little stamp for my card today, and it didn't. They weren't doing it on Saturdays, I guess. So Saturdays and Sundays they take aerobics off. Fair enough. I buried some treasure. Isn't that generous of me? Look for a pitfall buried somewhere in Acre F4. You better step on it if you want it. I don't want it, but that's a pun. Step on it because you step on a pitfall and then you fall into it. But also step on it like you better hurry. So haha, good one. We have a special offer there to studying desert cactus. There's always a wide variety of other items as well. Why not stop by? What a lovely invitation. Wait. Need some love in your life? Why not start by making your house look lovely with a lovely end table, chair, bed, armchair, dresser, lamp, and more. Isn't life lovely? Life is lovely. And you know how I know that? Because I didn't spend all day trying to find a branded set of household items. And if I did, I probably would miss just how lovely life is. I'd be doing something else. I would find other ways to keep myself busy and occupied. So that's something to think about, isn't it? You know, I don't have all day to go around looking for items for my house. I have things to do. What are those things? No more questions, please. And then I close the door. It's my fault for leaving the door open to begin with. So we don't have a whole lot of stuff to sell. So I don't see what we'll go into Tom Nick's house later. Hello. Good morning. You remember my name by now, right? Of course. It's Bob. I often forget my own name. Tell me about it, dude. I am right there with you. I'll let you in on a secret. You want to hear it? Yes. Okay, we've already heard this. Anyway, if you were able to get your own, like, super cool car, what kind of car would you have? Like, I mean a big car. Wait, should I do the pumpkin soup recipe or should I talk about cars? Guys, let me know what you want to hear about. Pumpkin soup or cars? Pumpkin soup or cars? Pumpkin cars. Pumpkin cars. Pump car, pump car. Pump car? You want to hear about pump car? Oh, it's a little Pengu. Hello. Yo, good to see another jolly face on a wild morning out in the wilderness. The name's Roald. I don't think it's a real name. And you're Explody. Now you can say you met the baddest camper in the universe. You're not good at camping, but you hit the tent up. I camp, I hike, I fish, I wander, I grub, I catch bugs, I shake a tree or two, then I do it all over again. What do you mean you grub? What is a grub? What do you grub? What does that mean? Yes, I've been waiting for someone to show up. I've heard there was lots of wildlife in this area. Do you know where the best viewing area is, buddy? What do you mean, just take a look around? That's what I mean. I'm gonna have to learn. Alright, so let's try to do both. Pumpkin car, pump car. It's basically pumpkin, right? Get a little pumpkin. Not a whole pumpkin, unless it's a small pumpkin. And then put it in a blender. Right, step 1. Whatever. Step 1, put the pumpkin in. Well, you have to chop it up to put it in the blender. Most people just can't put a straight pumpkin into a blender. You have to chop it up a little bit first. And like I said, maybe not a whole pumpkin unless it's a small pumpkin. Put a reasonable amount of pumpkin into a blender once it's chopped up. Hi, Mitzi. You check your mail every day? Yes. Of course, who doesn't? Sometimes I actually wait outside my door for Pete because I like Pete. So put a reasonable amount of pumpkin in your blender and then blend it. Okay, we're in the same boat so far. The pumpkin boat. Simple stuff. Wow, 30,000. Think what a guy could do with that kind of scratch. Could put it away. That's what he could do, and he did. Pong. So Then after that, you've got like liquid pumpkin, right? Everybody likes liquid pumpkin. Tasty. But what do you do with liquid pumpkin? You gotta do something with it. Pour it into a bowl. Now that it's all sloshed up, you should have a decent amount of pumpkin sloshing around. The amount of pumpkin that should be sloshing around should be relative to the amount of pumpkin soup you're willing to eat right now. I mean, you can chill it. You can save it for a little bit if you wish. However, if it were me, I would just want to done it. You know what I mean? Eat it and quit it. Be done with it. But if you want to save pumpkin soup, make more. Like if you're going on a trip, perhaps, or you need to take some to work, make more. But reasonable amount of pumpkin. Blend it so you got liquid pumpkin, right? Now, you want to like put a little bit of seasoning in there. I would say a little bit of salt and pepper, but you need a little bit more seasoning as well to give it a little bit of a bite, right? Because it's pumpkin. So I would add a little bit of tequila into the liquid. Just a little bit, maybe a shot, okay, of tequila. Swirl it around. Give it a big stir. You got to stir it. Okay. Now here's what people don't tell you about pumpkin soup. You should actually add a little bit more, because pumpkin's put a heavy taste to it. You want to add something to it that lightens it up a little bit, right? The tequila is just for a kick. It doesn't really add much, but you want a little bit of a spice to it. So the kick from the tequila is different from the kick from a spice. So find like your favorite kind of like spicy spice and add a little bit of that and mix it up. Like some people would say like turmeric maybe, or paprika. That I think that will work, but I would mix it up. Like add some of your favorite, like, because what I would do personally, right? For me, I would get a little red hot chili pepper, not the band. Obviously, you can't cut the band up anymore. They've already been cut up an awful lot, but like slice up a little like chili pepper, a real hot one with the seeds. Stick that in, swirl it around too. Okay, but here's the trick that people don't tell you, is that one thing that you should really do with pumpkin soup, add another liquid to it, right? So apart from the tequila, obviously keep the tequila. I don't know about feng shui, of course I do. So what we got, liquid pumpkin, a little bit of seasoning to taste, whatever you want, and then a red hot chili pepper, some kind of other seasoning such as turmeric or something like that again to taste the way you like it. The little slash of tequila, and then I would add a splash of apple juice, like proper apple juice that you've gotten from a well, you could blend it yourself, since you already have the blender on. If you had apples right there, peel the apples. Well, you see, you don't need too much. The problem is you don't need too much apple juice, right? So that's why it's easier to just get out of a carton, because you don't even need like a whole apple, right? If you blended a whole apple, that's too much apple juice. You need just pure apple juice. Maybe like you put a shot of tequila in, maybe 2 shots of apple juice, right? And swirl that around. That's pumpkin soup, baby. There it is. It's really nice, okay? You'll be surprised. There's a lot of other flavors in there that you won't be able to taste the tequila straight away. And there you go. That's my pumpkin soup recipe. So, pump cars. We talked about pumpkins. Let's get on to the cars. What kind of car would you want? Do you want a car? What's your favorite? Like, if you had a dream car, what would your dream car be, right? Like, do you want a monster truck? What would you like? Or because I would probably, you know what I want? I would go for a lowrider, because I think a lowrider is pretty sweet. It's like customizable. You can do stuff with it. They bounce up and down. Stuff like that's really cool, right? You want a cool car. If you're gonna have your dream car has got to be super cool, right? It can't just be like, oh, I want a blue one. No, you gotta dream big, dude. You gotta have like a cool ass car, right? So that's why my dream car would be a lowrider, because I think that where I come from, you wouldn't see a whole lot of lowriders. I think that would be interesting. The problem I have over here is there's a lot of speed bumps, so it's tricky to show off the lowrider because they're already riding pretty low. So hitting the speed bump's probably gonna be bad news. But I think it's pretty cool, but like if you could have your own car, like think of everything, right? So you gotta put your own like cool ass sound system in it, have big wheels, like a big engine, like a hot rod engine, and then whenever you do that, you also have to put in like traps, like sports oil like the back, like in James Bond, stuff like this, or wacky races. Yeah, what kind of wacky races car would you have? Because those were all pretty wacky, right? I would probably go with the professor car, because it would do stuff, right? The professor car. Let's go look at Tom Nook's shop now real quick. So the professor, we're not selling nothing, but we'll go have a look. The professor's car could like change shape and stuff, the way a car couldn't possibly do. But I'm like, in the future, maybe that could happen. So keep your eyes peeled for changeable car, like morph car. I think that'd be pretty sweet. So I would say that's quite close to my dream car, because that way it can be whatever you want it to be, right? I think. Although the spooky car was pretty good too, because it had like a dragon in it or something. It had wings, so you could just fly everywhere. But then you could just get a plane, or a dragon. Don't need the car for that. Hey Bob, what are you up to over there? So there we go. We talked about cars, and we talked about pumpkin soup pump car. We did it. We did it. So thank you very much for watching. If you try my pumpkin soup recipe, let me know, because obviously I just made this up on the spot. I don't know if that is going to taste good or not. I think it might. I think it might actually taste pretty good. So if you do try it, let me know. I'd be very interested to see if that works. But that's it. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I'll be back again tomorrow for more Animal Crossing. So if you like this, you might want to tune in again tomorrow. Thank you very much, and I will see you then. Goodbye. I will eat you. I will eat you.